One of the common characteristics of the emotionally intelligent is pretty much how they handle everything. It's different than when we see people who are not emotionally intelligent. We can tell that binary responses. In fact, when we see emotionally intelligent individuals, we may even hear ourselves say things like, how did they do that? How did they handle that situation? How did they stay so calm, so focused, so articulate when all of this chaos was going on? When that other person was doing X, Y, and Z, did you see how collected they maintain themselves? That is the cue. And at the foundation of all of that is an ability to not just be aware of your own emotions, but to manage those emotions, to stay in intellect. So emotional intelligence is about how smart we are in relationship to our emotions. It is an intelligence measurement. Across the EQI model of emotional intelligence is the measurement of proficiency in 15 different skills, including emotional self-awareness, but also in skills like assertiveness, the ability to state your beliefs and your thoughts in a way that is non-offensive and non-destructive. Empathy, the willingness and ability to understand someone else's experience, their ingredients, their recipe that creates the experience that they're then having. And then respond with respect to the experience the other person is having, which means we're going to have to reserve our own thoughts and opinions about it. And also things like problem solving, creativity when emotions are charged up. Can we be in those spaces of innovation, brainstorming, when other people's ideas are different than the ones that we're putting on the table? And can we create in that space rather than argue in that space about who's right or whose idea is better? Which brings us to flexibility, a skill within the stress management realm of emotional intelligence. That's about our ability to adapt our emotions to the circumstances and the ever-changing landscape of context. So when we think about this particular skill, a phrase that is attached to the skills of emotional intelligence is that they can often matter more than IQ. And here is why. So when we're thinking about bringing emotional intelligence into our organizations, into our teams, we want to know what that return on investment is. What are people actually going to learn? And what is the return on that investment to our bottom line? So if you and I are working in the same job, then basically we're going to be required to have the same technical skills, sometimes the same educational background, the same degrees, but the same ability to execute on similar job profiles, job expectations. So our technical skills have to be equal to each other. Now, typically and traditionally, we will measure those technical skills and stack rank individuals. And sometimes in that stack ranking is when we would promote someone with higher technical skills to be a leader. We can also find that when we do that as our mode of promoting individuals, we're putting peak performers in leadership roles that have no business being in leadership roles. They're exceptional at the technical skill. They're not great at the leadership roles. Here's where EQ or emotional intelligence comes into play. When we are equal in our technical skills, the individual with higher emotional intelligence is a much stronger player. They will outperform this individual in leadership by 68%. Yes, you heard me correctly. Equal technical skill, great for the technical job. As soon as we look at leadership, don't promote the one with slightly better technical skills. Promote the one with better emotional intelligence skills. They're going to outperform their peer by 68% in leadership. Why? Because leadership is all about getting other people to perform. It's about bringing teams together. It's about moving people through chaos and change and the dynamic of a workplace. It's about rallying the troops toward a shared common goal. It's about communication. It's about holding people accountable to performance. It's about managing people, leading people, which means understanding their emotions and leading them to and through those emotions that are often the barriers to technical performance.